The Secret Misses. Chapter 1041. Huh, so it's enough to make you fall in love just by doing that? The man's tone was full of sarcasm as he regarded Luna as a woman who was blinded by love. Luna took a deep breath and asked, "Okay. Let me ask you. If you entered a room and you saw the person you like fed with an aphrodisiac and wearing transparent pajamas while lying on a king-sized bed full of red flower petals, what would you make her do?" She asked Adam the same question as well. "Make love," Johann Scott simply replied. "Make love." Good, this reply was as expected of Satan. How creepy. Luna's mouth twitched and she rolled her eyes. But Theo did not do anything. "That's the difference between the both of you. And this is why I choose him. He'll never take advantage of me when I'm at my worst." "Johann Scott, you don't know what love is." The man looked annoyed. "Are you sure this is love and not sexual dysfunction?" Luna yelled at him in anger, "Shut up. You're the one with sexual dysfunction." The man grinned. "Do you really want to try me? I don't have time to play games with you. Let me tell you something, it's alright to have low EQ, you can learn. I can teach you something right now. For example, under this situation, you should learn from Theo and let me go like a gentleman." Luna tried to convince him. The man raised his eyebrows. "I don't do what others do." Luna clenched her teeth so hard that they almost shattered. Her brain cells were dying while her mouth was running dry. This bastard was too annoying. "Is there anything else you'd like to say?" The man asked cheerfully as he looked at her whilst enjoying her expression. Bastard. Saying anything else to him would be useless anyway. "Are you scolding me?" Luna kept quiet. Finally, he understood why she was scolding him. Could he improve in other aspects as well? "My dear, I'm asking for you to come back to me for your own good. If you continue to be with him, you'll be really sad," the man said. Luna rolled her eyes at him. "Why would I be sad?" "Because you'll become a widow." "You." Luna was so angry that she started to feel pain in her bones. "Don't you talk so big. I don't care what business you have with Theo, but my man isn't someone who can go down that easily." "Your man." Johann Scott's carefree expression suddenly darkened. "My dear, you really know how to make me angry." Luna knew that things were bad when she realized his change in expression. She should not have triggered him, but she really could not help it just now. Bang! The door was pushed open from the outside. Trevor stood there with a worried expression on his face as he looked over to Luna's direction. He shouted loudly, "Satan! We're surrounded by Theo's men." The moment Trevor said those words, dust started to form a cloud outside the house as the trees and grass swayed. There was a loud whirring sound from a chopper overhead. Chapter 1042. "That's pretty fast, good timing, I missed him too." The silver-haired man looked at the dozens of private helicopters outside the house, his eyes brimming with manic excitement as he stepped out quickly and totally forgot about Luna. Trevor followed him as well, but before he left, he looked at Luna with an indescribable expression. He had heard the rumors of Theo possessing a private army, but to deploy them in Imperial and just for a woman. "Hey! No! Don't go. First senior brother. You can still keep me in here. But have someone stay with me. You know that I'm afraid of ghosts." However, before Luna could finish, the door closed once again. These monsters, especially Johann Scott, who ran away so quickly the moment he heard Theo was here. Luna was going to give them a hard time if she ever got out of this place alive. Although she was left alone in the room again, she did not feel scared anymore, probably because she heard that Theo had arrived. She went up to the window and looked around. Unfortunately, it was too dark, so she could only see a few choppers around. Because she was not sure of the exact situation out there, she could not see where Theo was. She had to get out of there. What if that old man Duncan tried something funny on her again? Luna looked around the room again, but she could not find anything useful. She also could not move anything heavy since her hands were tied up. Her only option was to try to break the window by running towards it. Unfortunately, it did not even budge an inch. Which idiot made this window so sturdy? Her bones were almost crushed by the impact. At the grass patch in the front yard, among the dozens of choppers hovering above, one of them descended slowly on an empty spot. A group of armed men alighted before a man in black suit with an extremely cold expression. The armed force formed a parallel formation and the man walked in between them as they moved slowly towards the creepy, old villa. Another group of armed men was waiting for them right in front of the villa, and it was at that moment that they realized Theo's men surrounded them. Johann Scott's men formed a team of about a dozen people, but compared to Theo's serious professional team, the other party looked more carefree and less disciplined. The door to the villa opened and the silver-haired man came out. As soon as they saw the silver-haired man, the men with the carefree expressions suddenly turned serious. They behaved respectfully towards him and cleared a path for him as well. Both men, one as cold as ice, the other as cunning as a demon, walked towards each other. The air was tense and both sides were ready for a fight. The two men stopped and stood about 10 steps away from each other. Their poisonous looks at each other could almost cause a spark in the air. The silver-haired man bit his lip. With a fire burning in his crimson-red eyes, he looked at the man in the black suit, his bloodlust practically splattering everywhere. We meet again. Chapter 1043. Give her to me, Theo said. The silver-haired man put his hand on his forehead and chuckled as if he had just heard a funny joke. You infiltrated my turf and now, you want me to hand over my people? You sure have an odd sense of humor, CEO Goldberg. Theo looked at his watch expressionlessly. 3 minutes. He was being fairly straightforward. If they did not hand over the girl within 3 minutes, then... The silver-haired man put on a creepy smile and raised his eyebrows. Theo, when she was at her worst, her most desperate and most painful period of time, I helped her. I taught her all the necessary skills she needed to survive and to protect herself. She belongs to the same world as me. Sure, the world is vast, but in the end, she'll understand where she truly belongs. Theo's expression darkened the moment the silver-haired man finished his sentence. His broodiness was even stronger than the demonic man, so much so that even Theo's men were slightly taken aback. The night became darker. The ominous clouds covered the moon and only a dim light could be seen. Sometime later, Theo's bloodlust vanished. He looked at the silver-haired man without any expression. 2 minutes. At the same time, both parties were in battle-ready mode. Even the snipers were ready from afar and the tension was high as everyone was prepared to fight any moment. In a corner nearby, Rachel wiped her sweat from her forehead. It seems like a fight's going to happen soon. Annie was freaking out. What should we do? We're not really going to fight each other, are we? Sis Rachel, I just found out that strategist Duncan kidnapped Bro She. How could he do this? To be honest, I didn't expect Elder Duncan to be this straightforward this time as well. What is he trying to achieve? Rachel was suspicious. Trevor's cold voice joined in. Duncan hates anything that goes out of his control and affects Satan's decision. For a man, it's the worst thing ever to let a woman make you go berserk. So, Elder Duncan wanted to snip the issue in the bud? So that's why Satan wanted to kidnap little junior sister. This haunted house is the perfect place to keep her since she's super scared of ghosts. She'll definitely lose all her fighting power here. Moreover, she can't even fight that well now. Rachel mumbled. Annie suddenly tensed up. I think Boss wouldn't really do that. Although he looks like a bad guy, and he always says bad things, he treats us really well, like he always says that he's going to feed me to the fishes, but he's never actually done it. Ugh, your analogy. Such a naive child. Rachel caressed Annie's head pitifully. Rachel then looked at the intense situation at hand. As both parties were ready to fight, she mumbled to herself, is this what Elder Duncan is trying to achieve? Why does it feel like he's making trouble on purpose? Chapter 1044. Besides, the other purpose for what happened today was probably to lure Theo's rumored underground forces out. Although they were just a small part of it, one could already estimate how powerful it could be. More importantly, it was no weaker than their organization. This cannot continue. I'm going to rescue Luna Bro. Only Luna Bro can stop this now. Annie cried out. Rachel stopped Annie. What can you do? You're not a fighter, you can't even lift the door. Just stay here, I'll go. But, if the boss blames us? Annie was worried. Both of you are directly under him. Of course, you two can't go. Even though I'm part of the organization, I'm just sort of a part-timer here. I'd still have the sins behind me if I were to get in trouble. Don't worry. Rachel then swiftly went into the house. The Sins was the largest assassin group internationally. While Rachel worked with the organization, she was also a core member of the Sins. Trevor did not stop Rachel and just acted as if he did not see what just happened. In the creepiest master bedroom upstairs, as Rachel went into the room using a metal key, Luna was still battling with the glass window. Luna held a small, sharp bone in her hand and was trying to break the window with it when suddenly someone grabbed her by her shirt and pulled her away from the window. A black boot flew across the room. Clang! There was a loud sound and the window was broken. Luna was dumbfounded. The window she had been trying to break for so long was now shattered into pieces. She cried, "Oh! Third senior sister. You finally came. Useless." Rachel rolled her eyes at her as she took out a dagger and cut open the ropes that bound Luna's hands. I've already reminded you the last time. How are you getting weaker and weaker? Luna pouted and mumbled, it just shows how carefree and happy my life is now. Rachel was annoyed by her comment. Are you flaunting your lovey-dovey experience in front of me? I'm going to kick you. You wouldn't. Luna went up to her and gave her a big hug. Rachel closed her eyes when she saw this underage-looking girl acting so innocently in this situation. No wonder 16 looked defeated just now. Her wonderful image of you must have been shattered. Luna blinked her eyes. 16? Who's number 16? Her code name is 16. The woman who kidnapped you here. Rachel replied. Oh, that's who she is. She will probably experience some mental breakdown today. Luna started perspiring guiltily. She seemed to have a crush on you before. She probably volunteered for Duncan's mission because she wanted to get closer to her idol, but who knew? Rachel felt bad for 16. Luna mumbled, so, it's my fault now? She's the one who tied me up and left me all alone here. It's karma. Chapter 1045. Okay, stop messing around. Get down there to your man. They're going to fight soon. We're in China and right in the middle of Imperial, so there's no advantage for either of them to fight here. Rachel reminded her. Oh, then I'll leave now, third senior sister. Let's have a drink next time. Luna climbed out of the window. Rachel was worried. Are you going to be all right? Why don't you just take the stairs? That's troublesome. Stop looking down on me, all right? It's just the third floor. Luna then climbed down along the water pipe. Rachel remained silent. You become a real little bunny now. How could I be not worried? But actually, as a woman, Rachel was still a little jealous. After all, she was way more experienced than Luna in the field and she had gone through a lot of traumatic experiences. Nevertheless, she was also less trustful compared to Luna. Men, she would never fall in love with those creatures. On the other hand, Luna realized that she should have listened to third senior sister. When Luna was halfway down the pipe, her legs were trembling and she fell to the ground. Suddenly, everyone's attention turned to her corner. They then saw a cute little girl getting to her feet clumsily as she seemed to be mumbling something. Where did this little bunny come from? Someone from Johann Scott's side asked. Big news. There's a woman in the boss house. A fresh underaged girl at that. Oh my gosh. Boss has that kind of fetish. People were making a scene as they looked at Johann Scott more and more suspiciously as well until a clear, cold voice cut through their doubts. That's Luna Wood. Everyone was speechless when they heard 16's declaration. Was that a joke? Theo's expression changed when he saw Luna. Despite the crowd around, he could only see his own wife right now. Johann Scott's razor-sharp eyes glared at Rachel, who stood by the broken window. Then he looked at Luna and said in a cold tone, "Come over." Luna's mouth twitched in irritation. She tried to brush off the leaves and dirt on her. While she did not say anything, her expression made it obvious that she would only go over to his side if she was crazy. Ah! The devil! Luna looked at Theo's direction happily. The difference in her attitude towards the two men was obvious. The three of them formed a triangle. Theo and Johann Scott were about 10 steps away from each other, and Luna was right between them near the corner of a wall. As Luna stepped out towards Theo's direction, there was a creepy, demonic voice that rang out, "I'll give you one last chance. Think properly before you move. Decide which side to move towards to." That creepy voice halted Luna mid-step. She remained stationary and looked up to see the stony-faced Theo and the dark-faced Johann Scott. What should she do? She was not troubled by the choice of which side she was going to pick. It was not even a question. Her only concern was what would Johann Scott do if she walked towards Theo's side? Chapter 1046. The guy was a madman who would not care about the consequences once he went nuts. He could be right in front of the Emperor's door and he would still force his way inside. While they were on the outskirts, it was still within Imperial, and if they were to really fight there, it would definitely catch the attention of the related parties. Given Theo's influence, those who were overseeing the incident and knew him would give him some leeway, but this was only if both parties were beneficial to the officials. If he were to cause a big ruckus here and attack Johann Scott right away, it would be a different story. Luna was shocked when she saw Theo accompanied by formal and ridiculously armed forces. She did not expect Theo to go to such great lengths for her and take such a big risk. As Luna was analyzing the pros and cons of her actions, the scene was dead silent and both of the men's expressions grew darker by the second. Theo was especially irked. Johann Scott was acting superior as Luna's ex-boyfriend and his words heavily impacted Theo. As for Johann Scott, he had been together with Luna for 4 years and he understood her very well. He already knew what was she thinking at that moment, which was why his expression darkened. Suddenly, there was a strong surge of bloodlust in the crowd. A middle-aged man broke out of nowhere and aimed his gun at Luna. He pulled the trigger so quickly that no one noticed it sooner. The next second. Bang! Nearly at the same time, another gunshot was fired as well. The first shot came from Duncan while the other came from Johann Scott. Everyone was shocked, even Rachel, Trevor, and Annie, as no one expected Duncan to suddenly fire his gun. The silver-haired man's cold aura enveloped Duncan. His hand was bleeding from the shot just now. Fortunately, his shot at Luna had missed because Johann Scott shot him in the nick of time. It seems like I have an internal affair to settle. Yuan-Shen raised his hand and all his henchmen put down their weapons and retreated into the building. Theo's people relaxed a little when they saw the opponent retreat. They then looked at Theo for further instructions. Theo looked at the middle-aged man with his cold eyes, then he raised his hand as well. His men also put down their weapons and retreated. The tension had ceased for now. Luna ran towards Theo as the crisis was resolved. Seeing the girl run towards him, he suddenly felt that he had received salvation in the midst of hell. She walked towards me. Luna's shirt was full of dust and grime as a result of falling onto the dirty front yard just now. Grass littered her outfit and hair. The domestic little bunny had now become a wild rabbit. Still, when the girl went into the man's arms, it was clear that although she lived in the wild, she had a place she called home. The moment her slender body melted into his, Theo hugged the girl tightly. His cold, empty heart was now filled completely. Chapter 1047. The silver-haired man's face turned as frigid as ice when he saw Luna run towards Theo and they embraced each other. Duncan covered his wounded arm and went up to the man. He quickly said, "Satan, we could let this go if Luna stayed for you this time, but she has forgotten all about you and betrayed you. You don't have to involve yourself with a woman like her." The silver-haired man glared at him heartlessly. I like the way she treats me and how she's unappreciative towards me. Do you have any opinions about that? Duncan kept quiet. Seeing that Theo was taking Luna away, he was going to lose his final chance. Duncan clenched his teeth and warned, Satan. That woman will destroy you. If a woman can destroy me this easily, why don't you take my position? The man's face was suddenly full of violence. Duncan bowed his head respectfully. I'm afraid I'm not fit to be. The man sneered, I'm only respecting you because of Elder Bruno. If something similar happens the next time, you'll go back to where you came from. Duncan's face went pale when he heard what the silver-haired man threatened him with. He thought that Satan would surely eliminate the woman after witnessing her betrayal personally, but yet. No way. This woman could not be spared. Trevor. I'm here. The man glanced at the pale Duncan as he casually adjusted his sleeves. Send a message to everyone. No matter who it is, if someone dares to hurt Luna, I'll destroy him. Noted, Trevor replied. Duncan stood there without saying a word. The man squinted his eyes and looked at the chopper as it slowly left his sight. He then opened up his palm. It was a fluffy white ball from the girl's outfit just now, looking forlorn in his palm. They did not board the chopper Theo came in. Instead, they left with another smaller helicopter. Aside from Theo and Luna, there was only the pilot in the chopper. The moment the door closed, Luna was kissed passionately. The man's wide hand held her waist tightly and his other hand wrapped the behind of her neck as he kissed her with all his might. The tingling sensation of hot passion lingered on Luna's lips and the first thing she thought of was, Boss, will we die in this helicopter? How could the pilot focus in this situation? The pilot in front was probably facing the greatest challenge of his whole career life. The boss at the back did not seem to have any intention to stop and the kiss was growing more and more intense as time passed. This would not lead to them to do it on the helicopter, would it? Even a pilot who had been trained professionally for 8 years could not stand such an intense and rousing scene. At the same time, Theo went even further as he noticed the girl was not focusing. He suppressed himself so that he would not hurt the girl. But there was still the scent of blood in their mouths. Although Theo was emitting such a dark and negative aura around him at that moment, Luna was not scared at all. Instead, she clung to the man's neck and kissed him back, caressing his back with her fingers. She put her hands on his chest and pushed him down until he was pinned under her. As she leaned towards him, the bunny hood slid over her head and her lips met his, all her suppressed fears and emotions fading as they kissed. The man used a hand to stabilize the girl's body to prevent her from falling as he returned her kiss with a more passionate one. The pilot in front was blushing as he saw the girl riding on top of the man, one in a formal black suit, the other one wearing a cute bunny outfit. Chapter 1048. The kiss lasted for a long time. From violent to passionate to gentle cuddling, none of them wanted to ever break the kiss. In the end, Luna was the one who stopped. She pushed the man away firmly. That's enough. If we keep continuing to do this, we might really crash. The pilot in front almost cried out of relief. The lady boss was so considerate. Theo rested his head in the crook of her neck, apparently still shocked by what had happened tonight. Luna looked at Theo with a worried expression. We're still within Imperial's border and tonight, we really caused a big ruckus. Will it affect you? The man's lips stayed on her sensitive collarbone area. Kiss me again, then it won't. Luna and the pilot were both speechless. He had better change his career soon. Please give me back my cool boss. They transferred from the helicopter to a car on their journey back. It was still dawn when they reached the city area and the sky was still dark. Theo sent her back to Platinum Palace as he was worried that her apartment was not safe. He held her in his arms when he saw that her ankle was injured. After putting Luna down on her bed, she saw that he was about to leave, so she reached out quickly to hold his hand. Where are you going? To look for a first aid box. Your wound needs to be treated. Oh, hurry then. A while later, Theo came back with a first aid box. Luna was badly scratched on several parts of her body when she fell down earlier, so Theo used alcohol swabs to clean the wounds, then he applied some ointment. Fortunately, they were just normal scratches, so a few bandages would suffice. Theo's expression darkened while he was applying ointment on her wrists as he saw the red marks caused by the ropes when she was trussed up tightly. "Are you hurt anywhere else?" Theo asked. "Yes." Luna nodded. Theo frowned and his expression darkened even more. "Where?" Luna pointed at her lips sulkily. "Here. You caused them to be hurt." Theo was taken aback a little. He coughed lightly. "I'll apply some ointment for you." After the cool mint-colored ointment was applied to her lips, she felt a lot better. When Luna saw Theo turn around and was about to leave the room, Luna held on to his shirt. "Where are you going?" "I'm getting a towel for you." "Oh, then go and come back quickly." "Wait, never mind." "You know what? I'll just go with you." Luna went to the toilet with him. Theo rinsed the towel under some hot water, then cleaned her dirty face and hands with it. "You can't shower with all the wounds on you, so this will do for now." Are you sure there are no other wounds?" Theo asked again after they had gone back to the bedroom. "No more, really." Luna rolled up her sleeves to show him. "They didn't do anything bad to me. They just used some cruel psychological tricks." Theo was relieved now. "You should change into a clean outfit. It'll make you feel more comfortable." Theo was about to leave the room to let her change, but Luna quickly stopped him. "Where are you going again?" Theo was confused by the girl's unusual attitude. "To let you change." "Why do you have to go out when I change?" "Just stay here." Luna sounded anxious. "What's wrong?" Theo frowned. Luna sobbed as she hugged the man's waist. "I'm scared, don't go." Chapter 1049. Theo was so heartbroken seeing her act this way. "What did they do to you?" Luna could not hold it in anymore. She sobbed with her shoulders trembling. "Bastards. They're all inhumane. Of all places, they made me go to a haunted house. They also left me alone in a dark room. That H house, it's the one with the rumors about a woman who hung herself there. It's so scary. I tried to leave, but I was out of strength. They must have tried to scare me to death." Theo did not say anything. He was almost scared to death by her as well. "Can you please stay? I don't want to be alone." "What if the female ghost followed me here?" begged Luna. Theo knitted his eyebrows, although he felt both slightly relieved and a little helpless against her request. "I won't leave." "Oh, are you sure?" asked Luna as she went to the cupboard and looked for clothes to change into. She turned around and asked for confirmation. "I'm sure." Luna asked multiple times before she finally changed out of her clothes. When she was changing, she realized something tragic. The round tail at the back of the bunny outfit she loved had fallen off. Luna grieved for the tail. She turned around and saw Theo acting like a gentleman and facing his back towards her. "I'm done changing." Theo turned around and patted the girl's head. "Rest well. Will you stay with me?" "How can I not stay with you?" Theo sighed. Luna was relieved. On the soft bed, the girl curled herself into the man's embrace, mostly because she was really terrified. She fell asleep pretty quickly. She did not seem to have a good rest though, as she kept on frowning in her sleep and had beads of sweat on her forehead. Theo stayed right beside her and comforted her lightly. At 6 a.m, there were sounds of footsteps approaching. Theo looked up. As expected, it was his son. He made a hand gesture and signaled him to be quiet. Luna had only slept around 4 a.m. and if she woke up now, she would not get enough sleep. The little bun noticed his father's serious expression, so he did not mess around and only stood beside the bed to look at his mother. "Your mother slept very late last night. Don't wake her up," said Theo in a low voice. The little bun nodded obediently. He left after a short while because he had school today and could not be late. Soon, the little bun returned to the bedroom with his writing board. He wrote a few words, "I'll share your burden." Theo was surprised. The child had probably noticed his odd expression and wanted him to share his worries. Theo smiled. "Wait until you get a little older." Little Treasure pouted. He was trying really hard to grow up already. Furthermore, he had gained 2 kilograms of weight recently. Before he went to school, Little Treasure gave his mother a light kiss. Theo looked at the girl quietly, not giving in to slumber, then he realized that something was wrong. Her temperature, it was rising. Chapter 1050. Because he was hugging her the whole time, he did not realize that the girl's cheeks were bright pink. It seemed unusual, and when he touched her forehead, it was feverish. Luna was having a fever. Theo got up and quickly made a call to Tom. An hour later, Tom came over with a suitcase. "Dude, do you always spy on me or something? The moment I return, you call me." Tom had gone overseas for an academic conference and had just touched down when Theo called him. However, he was glad that Theo called. Ever since Luna was there, both father and son had become really healthy. In fact, he felt guilty for doing nothing while continuing to receive his salary. "What's happened that you had to call me this urgently?" Tom asked. "Fever," Theo said. Tom explained patiently, "My dear CEO, a fever is just a normal thing. You called me here just for this? I thought your wife was pregnant." Tom felt that even that was overthinking. Knowing Theo's personality, the both of them had probably never even done it yet. Speaking of which, if he was this worried when his wife got a fever, what would happen if she actually gave birth in the future? Tom kept these thoughts to himself as he took out some equipment from his suitcase. He did some simple checkup procedures on Luna and measured her temperature. "How is she?" Theo asked. Tom took a look at the thermometer and frowned. "How did her fever get so bad?" "I'm going to prescribe her some medication. You should try and lower her temperature physically. If her fever doesn't get better by tonight, she'll have to get an injection and be put on drips." "Okay, don't leave. Stay here for the night," said Theo without any expression. Tom's mouth twitched. "Roger, CEO Theo." The girl's face was red and her breathing hastened. Theo helped the girl up and fed her some medicine, then he rubbed some alcohol all over her body to try cooling her down. After a whole day, her body temperature stabilized around the evening, but she was still unconscious. The next morning, the sun shone brightly and warm rays peeked through the curtains. Birds were singing, and as some petals from the garden were swept inside, the fragrance of the flowers filled up the room. On the bed, the girl frowned. Her eyelashes fluttered and she suddenly woke up with her forehead full of sweat. It seemed like she had just woken up from a nightmare. Luna was a little confused when she woke up. She looked around and saw that it was the bedroom she was familiar with. There was a bundle of flowers by her side, combined with the scent of flowers and nature from outside as the curtain swayed in the wind. Beside the window, a man was sitting on the chair with a book in his hand. He did not flip the book and was looking outside the window. Luna's eyes finally opened wide, then she realized that she was still alive and not in hell. Theo walked over when he realized she had moved. He caressed the girl's head. "You're awake? How long have I slept?" Luna asked. 2 days. "That's long," muttered Luna as she held her head, then she saw the man's unshaven facial hair and felt her heart ache. "You haven't been sleeping?" This time around, it was probably Theo who was most frightened and not Luna. She wondered how Theo had found her so quickly. Maybe he had a spy. Or, had Duncan intentionally leaked the information? Chapter 1051. "I'm alright. I've been sleeping. How do you feel?" Theo asked. Luna shook her head, then looked into his eyes. "Theo, do you have something you're not telling me?" Actually, she realized that Theo had been hiding something from her ever since they had returned. She could tell that something was not right from his reaction earlier, even though he hid it very well. Theo remained silent. Ever since their return, he could not ignore what the silver-haired man said no matter how hard he tried. At a time when she felt the most dejected, sorry, hopeless and painful, I took her in and taught her the skills necessary for her to survive. She belongs to the same world as me. The world is vast, but in the end, she will realize where she belongs. Was it truly where she belonged? He tried his best to convince himself, but he could not. He was jealous. Jealous of that man. Extremely jealous. He was jealous of their past, of their extraordinary relationship. Theo looked thoroughly uncomfortable. Although he was under the sunlight right now, it was obvious that he was rapidly freezing up. The thought of losing Luna wrapped him up in layers of icy chill. "Luna, will you ever leave me?" Theo finally asked the girl in front of him, his eyes full of sorrow. He was afraid that she would leave him any time. What he received as a reply was a huge, warm hug. The girl's warm, slender body wrapped him tightly, melting the ice. Luna thought that it was something really severe and was speechless when she heard him. But she felt heartache for him as well, so she hugged him even tighter. "Why do you think I've been working so hard? It's all to be with you, so I can marry you with pride, all right? It was all done so I can stay in your world." Being with Theo was her life's biggest blessing, yet also her biggest gamble. She knew that she should not have, but she fell. She fell deeper and deeper into him. The next moment, Luna pushed Theo down. With ferocious eyes, she said, "Theo, why are you asking me this? I'm warning you. You're the one who seduced me, you're the one who charmed me. If one day you dare to betray me." While Luna was threatening him, her heart was smiling. Even if one day he really did betray her, she probably could not bring herself to hurt him. Without realizing it, she had found herself being entirely consumed by him. The man stared at her. In his eyes was his world. "I would never betray my life." The girl's eyes were full of determination as well. "Me too. Theo, I have 2 lives. One was when I was born, the other one was when I met you." Theo's hand on her arm suddenly tightened. The thunderstorm above them faded away and the sky cleared up. Chapter 1052. Under the warm sunlight, both of them lay on the bed quietly. "Although the security of the place you're staying at right now is good, it can only hold off thieves and paparazzi." Theo voiced out his thoughts. Luna replied with excitement. "Oh, about that. I was actually thinking of getting a new place. I looked through my savings lately and it's enough to get myself a little villa. I wanted to talk to you about this. Let's go and look at some houses soon." "Okay," Theo replied, "I'll help you take note of the ones suitable for you. I'll arrange the security system personally." Luna nodded. Theo gave it more thought but was still not very assured. "I'll let Cameron stay by your side. You need a bodyguard for your career as well." Luna was surprised. "Have second senior brother as my bodyguard?" From a company security guard to a private bodyguard, his job ranking was deteriorating. While the former role was as a little security guard, he was still working for an international company. "He needs the money," said Theo. Okay, she had almost forgotten that second senior brother's credit card had been blocked by first senior brother, pushing him to even become a security guard and a child's tutor to earn some money. "As long as it pays." "Oh right, I almost forgot, I need 2 more people from you." Luna suddenly remembered the bunch of knives, bats, and the local specialties back in her house. "Who?" Theo asked. "Bruce and Brody." "Is it okay?" Luna checked. "They went to look for you?" Theo had actually expected them to. Luna cleared her throat. "Well, there's no such thing as a free lunch." Theo thought about it. He did not plan to use the both of them again, but they were capable. After what had happened the last time, they had become familiar with Luna and the others might not be as responsible as them. Sure. Most importantly, how could he say no to his wife's request? "Are you hungry?" Theo asked. Luna felt her stomach growling in response, so she nodded. "Very." I'll go and check on the kitchen to see if our meal is ready. After being sick for 2 days, Luna still felt weak. Just as she was about to fall asleep again, her phone rang. When she went out to get some soy sauce 2 days ago, she had not taken her phone with her, so Theo had probably brought it over for her. It was Stacy. The moment Luna saw Stacy's name, her expression changed. She was done for. Too many things had happened in the past 2 days. In addition to her sickness, she had forgotten that she was supposed to join a variety show program today. The crew was supposed to travel to the old town beside the Shoe River at 8 o'clock. It was already 7 o'clock now. Luna was fully awake as she picked up the phone. Hello, Sis Stacy. I'm really sorry. I'm not feeling well and slept for 2 days straight, but I just woke up. I'll be there immediately. I was just about to tell you that the program has been delayed, Stacy said. Huh? Delayed? Luna was surprised. What happened? Did you say that you're sick? Are you all right? Stacy asked worriedly. Luna always had excellent work ethics. If her illness was not very serious, she would never have forgotten about the program today. It's all right, it was just a fever. I feel much better now. Are you alone at home now? Should I ask Bonnie to go over and take care of you? Stacy asked. Chapter 1053. Oh. It's all right. I'm at my friend's place, so I'm being taken care of. Luna replied quickly. Okay then, let me know if anything happens. If it's serious, please go to the hospital, reminded Stacy. Okay. Rest well. I'm not sure when the program will be delayed until. I'll arrange a cooking show for you after you recover. It's called Beauty's Specialties and the venue is right here in Imperial. It should just take an afternoon. It's a pretty easy job. All right, thank you, Sis Stacy. Luna's tensed-up muscles relaxed after the call ended and she curled back onto the bed, cuddling the soft pillow. Although she should not think in such a way, it did feel great to hear that work was cancelled when all she felt like doing was sleeping. The door made a creaking sound as it was pushed open. Little Treasure came in. Luna was refreshed when she saw her baby. Ah, little. Before she could finish her sentence, the little bun smashed the door close, then ran downstairs. Luna scratched her head while looking confused. What was wrong? A while later, she heard footsteps coming up. The little guy came in again with a bowl of porridge in his hands. He carefully walked towards the bed, then tried to feed her. So, he had gone down to get her some breakfast. Luna was touched. She almost wanted to give him a big hug, but she did not as she was afraid he might get infected. You're so sweet, baby, but I'm sick right now. I'm afraid that you might get infected. Can you let your father feed me instead? The little bun was still holding the spoon, looking very determined as if he was saying, I'm not afraid of any sickness. I want to take care of Mommy. Theo came into the room with some snacks. He's not that weak, let him feed you. Luna quickly gulped the porridge down. It's good. The little bun stood beside the bed and fed Luna spoon by spoon as Theo sat on the bed and started peeling some oranges slowly. When Cleo and Adam came in, they saw a happy family existing in perfect harmony. Sister-in-law, are you feeling better? I think giving flowers are kind of outdated now, so I brought some vegetables from my yard for you. Cleo had a basket of fruits and vegetables with him. Adam kept quiet while holding a bouquet of outdated flowers. Adam rolled his eyes at Cleo, then he put the flowers into a vase on the table. He looked at Luna's pale face. I didn't expect you'd get sick. Luna replied, as long as one is human, one can fall sick. So, the question is, am I not human now? Sometimes you aren't. Adam said. Sister-in-law, what happened? You're always as fit as a cow. How did you suddenly fall sick? Cleo asked suspiciously. Fit like a cow. This stupid Cleo. Couldn't he phrase it any better? Luna glared at him angrily. I'm just a little shocked, alright? What? Stop lying. What could shock you to the point of falling ill? Cleo did not believe it. Luna ignored him. She would rather maintain her image of being fit like a cow than tell them that she was afraid of ghosts. Also, she decided that she would soon download a whole bunch of horror films with ghosts and watch all of it until she was not scared of them anymore. Chapter 1054. Laughter rang through the house as they spent time together mirthfully. A weak knock was heard at the door. The person outside was Zoe. Luna was surprised by the unexpected guest. Zoe looked uncomfortable when she noticed Luna's gaze. She cleared her throat. I'm here to visit Little Treasure. I heard that you were sick, so I came by to see you at once. These tonics were gifts from others. Take them if you like. Although she said that she was here to visit Little Treasure, both Cleo and Adam were really surprised. Both of them did not know what had happened on the mountain. They only knew that Zoe really disliked Luna, especially Cleo, because Zoe always ranted to him about how Luna had seduced Theo, and how only Willow was worthy of Theo. She was obviously a hardcore fan of Willow and a sworn enemy of Luna. But now, she had come to visit Luna on her own and even brought some tonics too. The sun would probably rise from the west tomorrow. Did Luna do anything shameless such as flirt with her? Thank you. Luna looked at the items Zoe brought. They were obviously hand-picked carefully for a sick person, but she did not mention anything and just thanked Zoe. Come over here, Little Treasure. Auntie brought you some toys. To avoid being awkward, Zoe went up to Little Treasure. Luna noticed that Zoe did not look well, so she asked, "Why are your eye bags so terrible?" Zoe quickly rubbed her eyes and mumbled, "It's all your fault." Cleo felt like this conversation was going in the wrong direction. Huh? Luna was confused. You didn't give me the franchising license, so I have to redo my proposal. Zoe took out a small mirror and examined her face. Luna was surprised as she did not expect that Zoe had yet to give up. Although it was cruel, she did not want her to invest more effort for nothing, so Luna said, "But the 5 shops in Imperial are all taken. There were still 2 vacancies before, but we've signed the contract with someone else." What? Gone? Even the last 2? Zoe was startled. Yes, both are gone, Luna confirmed the bad news. Zoe could not believe it. A short while later, she yelled, "How could it be? I've spent a whole week redoing this proposal and I sacrificed a whole week of sleep. I've never been this serious before in my whole life. And now you're telling me that I've done all these for nothing?" Luna pinched the space between her eyebrows and looked at the girl in front of her. Don't you even ask about the status of the situation before doing anything? How would I know that it'd be signed so quickly? Zoe sounded a little guilty. Luna was speechless. Now, she understood why this girl always made more and more losses in her business. Zoe stared hard at Luna. I don't care. You said it yourself, as long as I treat this seriously and sincerely, Spirit Studio will accept me anytime. You cannot go back on your words. Moreover, I am even calling you cousin sister-in-law now. Can't you give me some leeway? Chapter 1055. Cousin-in-law? Cleo and Adam remained silent. Both of them were shocked to the core, especially Cleo. This brat dared to call Luna her cousin-in-law? When did this even happen? How much did he miss? Luna blinked when she heard Zoe. Oh, then you better stop calling me that. You. How could you do this to me? Zoe sputtered in frustration. Luna shrugged helplessly. The issue can't be solved even if you call me that. I've signed the contract with others. They've already taken the products and the renovation is going on as we speak. There's order to everything. Even if your proposal is amazing, we can't do anything about it. Zoe just stood there sadly. Is there really no way at all? Luna looked at Theo. Boss, do you have any ideas? Zoe also looked at Theo's direction, then she remembered that he was probably still angry with her about what happened the last time, so the chances of him helping her were pretty low. Since his wife asked, Theo replied, "A large shopping complex is opening on the west side of the city. We can think of having another physical store there." Just one short sentence and all problems were solved. As expected of the boss. Zoe's eyes brightened immediately. "Really? Then, I'll contact them about it. No one's taking this away from me. I found out about this first." Luna smiled amusedly. "Yes, you found about it first. I'll reserve it for you. You said it now. Don't go back on your word. I'll go to settle the shop." Zoe left a whole bunch of toys with little treasure, then ran off like the wind. Cleo was impressed. "Luna, how did you do it? That brat Zoe never had much patience. She always leaves things done halfway. I've never seen her so serious about anything before. It's as if she's become a different person." Luna rolled her eyes at him. "Every girl has a cute side of their own. It just depends on whether she wants to show it to you or not." Well said. Cleo learned something new that day. "Oh, Adam, Sis Stacy has arranged for a cooking show for me called Beauty Specialties. I've never really heard about it before. Do you know anything about this show?" Luna asked. Stacy had probably picked this show because she knew Luna was good at cooking. Plus, it was aligned with her public image as well. Luna's principle was to not give up any chances. She wanted to do her best in every task she received. "Cooking show," Cleo yelled before Adam could reply. He asked, "How will you guys deal with the props?" "What props?" Luna was puzzled. "The dishes," Cleo explained. Luna replied, "How would I know? I've watched several cooking shows before. If it tastes bad, then they'll throw it away. If it's alright, then they'll probably give it to the shooting crew. As for this show, I'm not quite sure about the program, that's why I'm asking Adam." Chapter 1056. Cleo tried to justify himself. Why give it to the crew? They don't need that tiny portion of food, do they? Bring it back for me. Do they invite different guests every time, or is there just one permanent guest? Should I make you the permanent guest? You can just go every time as long as you bring me back the props. How does that sound? Luna was speechless. Adam glanced at Cleo. Don't even think about it. The show will request the male guest to finish everything the female guests make. Cleo went to a corner to comfort himself as he mumbled, "How can the show be this cruel?" "It really is heartless," muttered Adam as he was reminded of something that brought up a painful expression on his face. "This show invites new guests every week and all of them are pretty girls. They rely on the girls to raise the show's ratings, but the dishes, all of them are disgusting. Don't ask me how I know about it." "How do you know?" Luna and Cleo asked at the same time. Adam's mouth twitched as he pinched the area between his brows. "Aside from inviting one female guest, this show will also invite a male guest as the assistant, and I went once." "Then?" Luna asked with excitement. Adam looked like he was recalling a traumatic memory. "Like I told you just now, this show requests the male guest to finish everything the female guest makes, which means, even if it tastes like shit, the male guest has to finish it. The female guest then was quite pretty, so I assumed that the dishes she made would have the same rating as her outlook, so I agreed to appear on the show. Who would have thought? I was forced to eat all of the charcoal-like overcooked roast pork. Plus, I had to lie and say that it tasted great. After that, I didn't eat roast pork for a whole year. Can you imagine the trauma it left me with?" Luna rolled her eyes at him. "You deserved it. You just wanted to know the pretty girl at that time? Karma's a bitch." Afterwards, I spoke to a few other male guests who had gone on the show before. We realized that the prettier the female guest is, the worse the food tastes. Most of the male guests are unwilling to go on this show again. Adam glanced at Luna. "Well, if you're going to be in this show, I can find some time from my packed schedule and be the male guest just to support you." Cleo was triggered by what he said. Hey. Adam, you're evil. You're not being fair. As your boss, I'll never allow it. I've decided to go by myself. Theo remained silent. The biggest boss of all felt invisible in front of them. Luna recovered after a few days of rest at home. Since it was a weekend and the weather was great, Luna brought both the big bun and the little bun out for house hunting. However, there was a third wheel. Cameron accompanied them. At the front yard, Cameron was ranting, "What is this? People still use steel fences in this day and age? It can be taken down so easily." Luna glanced at him curiously. "Then, how would you do it?" "Infrared rays, of course. Bullets that fly out the moment people touch it. Instant kill." Luna's mouth twitched. "This is China, all right. China. No killing." Chapter 1057. Theo thought about it, then said, "We can use the infrared rays, maybe improvise it a little. We can refer to the Louvre security system. That's an awesome system." The two men started discussing things she did not understand. Even the little bun joined in their discussion. Use the robots you made as guards? I like this idea. You're so talented, my student. As expected of my student. Cameron felt proud. They finally decided on a villa in the evening. It was located in the outskirts, but not too far away from the city. The villa gave off a warm vibe and the gentle colors paired well with the retro Chinese design. Even the environment around was great too. There was a small garden, a swimming pool, and a greenhouse included. There was also a private butler, who would be on call anytime, fulfilling whatever the owner wished. A notable mention was a large peach farm located on a mountain nearby, and Theo had plans for enhancing the security system as well. Luna instantly signed the contract on the spot. The house was put under both Theo's and her names. Luna cheerfully passed the contract to Theo. "Darling, this'll be our matrimonial home in the future." Theo had a smile on his usually stony face. The little bun's eyes brightened up. Were they getting married? So, he could officially become her son? Cameron was speechless. He was probably blinded at this point. He had followed them all day long, so his eyes would have sustained heavy damage even if they were not blinded now. He thought about how he still had to face them like this every day and he wished that he would drop dead now. Earning money was not an easy task. "Damn you, Trevor. Give me back my credit card." At night, the happy family had dinner with Cameron. Cameron thought that Luna felt bad for him because she sent him off to the entrance when he was leaving after dinner. "Second senior brother, I need your help for something." Luna stood in front of him with a serious expression. "You need my help?" Cameron raised his eyebrows. Luna nodded. "Second senior brother, do you mind taking one more student in?" Cameron was puzzled. "Another student? Who?" "Me." Luna pointed at herself. "What's wrong with you?" Cameron was really confused at this point. This brat hated training the most, but now she was requesting him to train her. "I'll pay you double," Luna said in a sing-song voice. "Boss, when are we starting?" Luna smiled, "I'll notify you." "What triggered you to do this?" Cameron looked at her suspiciously. Luna's smile faded. "A few days ago, Duncan invited me over." Cameron's expression changed as well. "It's much sooner than I thought." "Then? What did he want?" With Luna looking as fit as a fiddle now, Theo must have reached her quickly. Luna's expression turned cold. "He probably wanted my life. Anyway, no matter what they are trying to do, I can't always rely on Theo's protection. I don't want him to always worry about me. Most importantly, I can't become his burden." Cameron remained silent. Why the sudden display of affection? What happened to their happy conversation? He should really look for Trevor for another fight and get his credit card back. Chapter 1058. Several days later, after being done with house hunting, she made sure that her health was fully recovered. She gave Stacy a call to confirm that the program would start the next day in the afternoon. Adam wanted to join when he found out that Luna was going to be on the show, but Cleo stopped him with his authority as his boss. "If I don't get to eat, neither do you." In the end, the male guest remained unchanged. It was a male celebrity who was not very famous. He was a little chubby and usually took on comedic roles. Beauty's Specialties was pretty popular when it had been newly released. Although many female celebrities made really disgusting food, that was exactly why it was popular. The scene where they showed the male guest eating the unidentifiable food was the highlight of the show. Clearly, the viewers enjoyed it. Nevertheless, at the end of the day, it was still a cooking show. The production team went too far in order to get higher ratings that the viewers became bored with the gimmick of having pretty celebrities prepare bad food. Many viewers criticized the production team and questioned the show's intentions. It became more of a prank show. The way they forced the male guests to eat the disgusting dishes was inhumane. Fans of the male guests especially complained about the show a lot. The worst case was Adam's episode. His fans almost made the program shut down, flooding the show's official Weibo with criticism. Because of these complaints, they could hardly invite any more male guests to join them. The production team was forced to make adjustments and invite female guests who could actually cook. Unfortunately, most of the time their looks and cooking skills did not match. It was very rare to find guests who were both pretty and good at cooking. Even if one knew how to cook, the food was mediocre at best. For an entertainment show, if the food was mediocre, it might rate better if it was terrible. However, if they sacrificed looks for better cooking, the rating would fall even further as it defeated the purpose of the show's name, Beauty's Specialties. In the end, the production team thought of an idea to use chef doubles. This meant that they would pay for a chef to come and cook. In the cooking scenes, they would just show the chef's hands, but other times, they would show the female guest, creating the false impression that the female guest was cooking. It was actually a perfect plan if it was not found out. Unfortunately, some viewers with sharp eyes realized it. There was an episode where the female guest's ring had disappeared when the screen changed to the cooking view. The viewers criticized the production team once again, and even the female guest was attacked harshly as well. In the end, the production team went back to their old ways of having pretty guests cooking bad food. While they might not be able to make the old viewers stay, they might be able to attract more new ones. Cooking shows always had lower ratings compared to other entertainment shows, but within its category, this show was the most popular one. The next afternoon, Luna brought Bonnie along and arrived at the studio on time. Luna wore Spirit Studio's latest dress with a floral design so she could move and cook more easily. With her hair in a ponytail, she gave off positive sunshine vibes, looking very lively and youthful. Chapter 1059. The director was a kind-looking middle-aged man. His eyes lit up when he saw Luna. "Hey! Our beauty of the day is here. Come here quickly, everyone, here's our female guest today." "Hello, I'm Luna, I'm all yours today." Luna humbly greeted everyone. "You're welcome. As expected, Luna, you look much better in real life than on television. I thought you're already pretty in those ancient outfits, but you look even better in a modern outfit. Seems like our rating for this episode is going to be good." The crew members came over to greet her excitedly. Because the entertainment industry placed heavy focus on facial features, they treated pretty people more passionately. Moreover, it was Luna with such a refined and beautiful face. The only one who was not happy today was probably the male guest. Vincent was impressed when he saw Luna, but then, he was also afraid. With this show's precedence as proof, just how bad would her cooking be? Some staff saw Vincent's dreadful expression. It was easy to guess what he was thinking. "Bro Roy, be grateful. You get to eat dishes made by such a hottie. I bet you can eat 3 bowls of rice just by looking at her face. Then, can I just eat the rice later?" Vincent decided to make a last attempt to escape. "No." After she finished greeting the crew, Luna went up to Vincent. "Hello, you must be Senior Vincent. Please watch out for me. Vincent's mood became better when he saw the girl's cute little face along with her respectful tone. He was surprised by how nice she was. You're overstating it, Ms. Brown, I'm not your senior. I just hope that I won't hold you back. For a male celebrity like Vincent who always played comedic characters, female celebrities within the industry would usually try to avoid him as much as possible. However, for a beauty like Luna, as an artiste who was recruited and currently supported by Glory World Entertainment, he was surprised that she would be this humble. Had someone else been the female guest instead, they would probably be unhappy to be paired with a male guest like him. Vincent had been prepared to look at a sour face for the whole show, but he did not expect Luna to be this down-to-earth. Even though it might be an act, it was really rare in the current entertainment industry. Before Luna came over, the director was pretty worried as well. He could not get any other male guest to come and only Vincent had agreed. He was afraid that Luna might be unhappy about who the male guest was, so he had even prepared a few scripts to convince her. However, in the end, none were used. Directors would, of course, love artistes who were cooperative. His impression of Luna became better and better. He was thinking that if Luna could not perform well later, he would make everyone stay back and give her a few more chances to retry. The show, Beauty Specialties, had been aired for about 2 years and everyone was used to the flow and prop of the program, so everyone was well prepared. Soon, with the live audience settled in, the shoot began. As the MC, Luna, and Vincent were all ready, the director yelled, "Okay. Let's start." Chapter 1060. Hello, our dear audience, it's time for our beauty specialties today. The female guest of the day is one real beauty. She played the role of Ella in The World, and the Poor and from Our 18-Year-Old, please welcome Luna. Thank you, Ms. MC, and hello to everyone. I'm Luna and I'm going to make one of my best dishes today, roast pork. Ah. Roast pork. Could it be that beautiful minds think alike? Many people have made this dish before. The big screen suddenly lit up, showing the process of a few previous female guests preparing the dish. The dishes came out on the screen, each one more burnt than the other. They put on an extended scene of Adam eating the dish. The live audience guffawed and Luna saw Adam's expression as if he was eating sheet. She laughed as well. The seniors are so cute. The MC warmed up the mood a little more. I wonder what kind of tasty dish Luna will bring us today. Okay, let's cut the talk short and have our beauty of the day begin. Another beauty. Another boring roast pork. The live audience was recruited by the director randomly. Some were even paid actors, and quite a number of them had been there several times. They looked unenergetic as the program never seemed to change. Sis Mimi, is it alright if I use my own tools? Luna asked the MC. If she was going to do it, she would try her best, so Luna had brought some of her own tools. The MC smiled. Of course. Actually, the host was a little worried for Luna. Some of the previous female guests made similar requests as well, but in the end, the dish still turned out to be terrible. One tried to show off her knife skills but cut herself. She was then criticized by the audience for doing the unnecessary. After Bonnie prepared the tools, Luna started cooking. She put on an apron and checked through all the tools, then started selecting the ingredients. Is there anything I can help with? Vincent asked. Luna smiled at him. Senior, can you help me to wash the radish? The girl's smile was so warm and kind that Vincent blushed a little. Oh, okay. Luna, what are the radish for? Do you put radish into roast pork? The MC asked. I'm afraid that it might be too oily to have just the roast pork. Eating radish that's been pickled with salt water can be refreshing. I see. The MC was thinking to herself, the main point isn't if it was oily or not, as long as it won't kill the male guest, then it's all good. It's done. Vincent passed over the radish. Thank you. Luna took the radish and started slicing it finely.